All right. So there are a lot of predatory women. I've been posting up mostly this week about the childcare system, which I grew up in, and how CPS treats human beings. We're commodities. Same thing with the jails and the police. Um, with Selena Not Afraid, there were about 14,000 views on the post that I made about her. Of course, you get to see that slander happens almost immediately. People on there, they start commenting about how I've been seen in the period of time that she disappeared in that area. There's even people who slander my name and claim that I had been with somebody else and tried picking them up or some shit like that. Obviously not. I'm in Chapel, fucking Nebraska. But the point is, it's a point of popularity. See, I made this YouTube specifically to speak out about the things that the police do and the fact that they don't really give a fuck if you're poor. If you're Native American, you're just assumed guilty because you're probably poor. If you're black, you're just assumed guilty because you're probably poor. If you're homeless, you're poor. No, probably about it. You're homeless. You are the easiest person to victimize on earth. The United States is a capitalist nation. It's disgusting. It wouldn't have cost shit to actually help me how I needed. But because of the term mentally ill and because of the slander against me, my guilt was assumed and I was punished. Everywhere that I went, I was punished by police officers. They refuse to investigate themselves. They tell me that I have to talk to their superiors, and I talk to their superiors. Calling 911 doesn't get the job done. Going in person gets me victimized. Now, then there's a situation where they have body cameras. Why don't they use them? Because they're breaking the fucking law. These officers, like Scott DaCosta here in Chapel, Nebraska, broke the fucking law. His buddies, who he hired, broke the fucking law. No matter what, the police are not going to do their fucking jobs until there are consequences. They have to be forced to wear body cameras and have them on. Now, you notice most of these police officers that I had to deal with have body cameras. They have body cameras. When Officer Hahn showed up here, his body camera was off. Why was his body camera off when he showed up? Because he was planning on breaking the law. Just like Officer Amanda Jonas was planning on breaking the law. The outcome of those court dates that I was literally prevented from going to and tortured in the jails. And it's just assumed that I have it coming, that I deserve it. No, that's why we have due process of fucking law. That's why we have the fucking courts. And so the people who go through the shit that I've gone through can show what the fuck is going on. Officers did everything in their power to prevent their wrongdoing from being shown, but they did those wrong things because of slander. Slander I was never allowed to defend myself against. When it's just slander, Yeah, you can take somebody to civil court. When it is slander resulting in death, something needs to be done. I've harassed a bunch of people, and I admit to it. I admit that I break the law. I tried doing it the legal way. Because of the assault by Waylon Lolatai and the assault that happened at Clearview, where they literally killed a man doing what they did to me. Because of their refusal to allow me to speak to an officer, and because of their repeated sending me to a different jurisdiction so I can't. Their repeated refusal to take a statement from me, repeated refusal to look at evidence. Meanwhile, I don't know where my predators are at, and there are plenty. The media slandered the fuck out of my name. Before Natalie was killed, I was doing everything in my power to try to force a fucking court date. Because that slander by the Bollinger family resulted in me being threatened, harassed, and assaulted before Natalie was killed. Being treated like a child molester or a fucking rapist. Because Natalie Bollinger fucking lied. Boulder Police Department had literally pushed me to the point of suicide before Natalie and I became friends. I don't know how to do all of this internet stuff that people keep telling me to do. I don't. I would love to be able to. I get overwhelmed in trying, but at least I fucking try. I cannot do these things just because I'm intelligent. You think that I should be able to magically do this stuff. No, I need help. When I go in to speak to officers by myself, they turn off their body cameras. Miss Peaches has a flash drive that's full of evidence that I need. At the same time, who's gonna fucking look at it? They use the term mentally ill as an excuse to look the other way. And when I say, hey, you need to stop looking the other way, I get punished for it. And then these people pretend that I didn't tell any of the good things that they did. I did. I did. They just weren't paying any fucking attention. When Selena Not Afraid was killed, a lot of people are like, well, why are you making it about you? It's always been about me and the many people like me, the poor, the people who don't make any fucking difference to your society, the people who are used by predators like the police to fill the jails to line their own pockets. I should be dead. I mean this. I literally want my life to end every single day. And one of these days, I am going to kill myself because I didn't get the help I needed, because I never had an advocate, because I had to go in and speak to police by myself. Now, the slander that was admissible in court, while actual evidence was not allowed, explain that to me. I want you to explain that to me. I collected that evidence so I could show it. I didn't have the money to even go to these fucking court dates. I literally had to break the law because police wouldn't take reports about any of the abuse that I was enduring. I had to be afraid to go to police while my predators were rewarded. Miss Peaches had no problems throwing me away like I was trash. It didn't even register to her or to Candace or to any of these other people. I can't see my loved ones and I can't take care of myself. They use my intelligence as an excuse to fucking persecute me. And they use my disabilities as an excuse not to investigate any of the things that are happening to me. So the only stuff that shows up in court is very one sided. Only my predators are allowed to speak in court. At this point in time, Mandy Hughes and Alyssa Rainwater are predators. They're predators because they want to play victim. Because I recorded the truth. They're not the victims. Just like Natalie Bollinger wasn't the victim, I was. For a whole year before Natalie was fucking killed, I was victimized because she lied. But no matter what, I try to turn in all of these predators. All of them. If you're going to play victim, that's on you. I am actually victimized because at no point in time would police do their jobs. Selena Not Afraid was actually victimized. And I was victimized over that situation because I was trying to help. I was victimized over Natalie's situation because I was trying to help. And why was I victimized? Because of the slander that I was never allowed to defend myself against. Slander that I was repeatedly assaulted and tortured by law enforcement over. Well, they laughed in my face about it and continued to treat me that way. Literally prevented me from going to court, lied to me outright on multiple occasions. But it's okay to victimize the mentally ill. By turning off their body cameras, it makes it your word against theirs. Officer or Sheriff Scott DaCosta, I made a video with him yesterday. He wasn't interested in anything that I had to say. He was pretending. He was getting very hostile and very irate, and I got pissed off at him. You goddamn right. He pretended that I only talked to him once. He tried to make all three of the situations that he was talking about as if they happened all in one day. No, the first time I spoke to him, I spoke very kindly and very nicely. He gave me the CD of the night that Natalie's father and sister were fucking with me at my grandma's funeral. That's only half of the situation. There is a whole other half to that situation that was not recorded by that officer. Now, I had said, obviously, somebody is letting these people know that I have this YouTube channel and letting them know that I was pursuing them because all of these officers who I was trying to pursue in court magically were allowed to leave. The situations that I was in needed to be documented. I need a safe place where I can do that. A place of my own where I don't have to worry that I can't get it done because somebody's playing video games or screaming at the video games. that they're not watching Game of Thrones fucking blaring all day long, that they're not alcoholics screaming at their boyfriend or girlfriend. The thing is, the volume is my issue. The volume. You can overwhelm me easily because I am stressed the fuck out, and every single officer capitalized on this. All of the court dates that were dropped. If I had been able to go to court about the assault between me and Waylon Lolatai, the Boulder Police Department would have been in a lot of trouble for what happened at Clearview. And so would Michael Beard. A lot of fucking trouble. They were allowed to intimidate witnesses. Because my guilt was assumed. They assumed that I killed Natalie. Because there is no volume allowed in those places, in the jails and in the institutions. There's no volume. There's no sound on any of those videos. Do you know why? Because these places know that their staff are doing illegal things. And they want it to be your word versus theirs. They capitalize on the term mentally ill. You don't have to call somebody the N-word to be a racist asshole. You don't. You don't have to use the N-word to discriminate against someone who's black. I have to worry about being victimized by police America-wide because of the assault by Waylon Lolatai. Police America-wide have taken a part in the threats, harassment, and abuse against me. Now, there have been several officers who have told me that they would do something, but I need someone to go in with me so that there is a witness when they turn off their body cameras. Somebody who actually cares about me. Nobody spoke up for my rights where it mattered. And I have a meltdown from abuse. And that makes it okay to do whatever the fuck they want. They said in my court paperwork that I didn't try. I wasn't trying. Really? I have been to hundreds of places, made hundreds of phone calls. Sorry, literally thousands of phone calls trying to get help. All of these people are interested in me coming in and filling out paperwork for the sliding fee scale so they can get free government money. Well, that money isn't free. The American taxpayers, mostly the poor, are paying for that. The rich get tax breaks that the poor pay for. You guys say that it's socialist for the poor to be allowed the rights of the Constitution. So many people have told me that. Well, you're a socialist, just like the Nazis. Really? Nazis weren't socialist. America was founded on socialism. I do mean that. Democracy itself is socialism. The idea that everyone gets a vote. That is socialism. Everyone has the right to vote. That is socialism. If only the rich have the right to vote, what do we call that? We call that a republic. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What a crock of shit. Liberty and justice for the rich? Liberty and justice for the whites? Liberty and justice for who? Without those rights, without the Constitution, those words aren't shit. And that American flag is fucking toilet paper.